Um, Hello, everyone. Welcome to the mini lesson on reading strategies. And first, I just wanted to ask the class, what reading strategies do you use? This is a funny image I found online. It seems like it's for children. We can see like eagle eye, look at the picture for a clue to help with the word. Lips the fish, get your lips ready, say the first few sounds. Or chunky monkey, look for little words, word endings, and word chunks that you know. And I'm just kidding. This is like for children, but some of these are interesting and fun to think about. How do we learn to read in our native language? Like, what are the reading strategies we learned when we were children in Spanish or Chinese or Italian or um, Haitian Creole? I think that's really interesting. So I'm going to do a mini lesson on reading strategies now. So the strategies for reading mini lesson, or strategies for critical reading, I think it's called. So I just want to point out that there are 7 strategies for reading or critical reading that are discussed by Ruth Spack in the chapter. So everyone, you need to read the chapter carefully. And I just want to go over those strategies a little bit here. Like there's these 7 strategies. I guess I won't read them all. But why don't you just like look at them and see if you can like immediately guess what the reading strategy means, or what you have to do the reading strategy, or maybe like it's a strategy that you already do yourself. Okay. Also, I just want to point out that there's a little essay in this chapter. So the chapter goes over reading strategies, and there's an essay there. You should make sure you read this essay and like practice these strategies while reading this essay. That's kind of the idea of this chapter. This is a chapter from a book. And after you finish this article, you're going to do your double entry note assignment about this article or this short essay, what true education should do. Okay. So this is what the chapter looks like. It's not the best PDF document, I'm sorry, but it looks like this. You should find it in the Google Classroom. And we're going to go to that chapter now. Okay. So let's see. Where is it? That's the question. Here. Okay, good. Let's enlarge it. Okay, great. And so I just first want to show you, these are the reading strategies, and this is the essay you have to read. So I can just quickly point out to you that just some of the information here in the chapter is you want to make sure you spend careful or pay careful attention to the actual strategy. So this one's called generating background knowledge. And you want to read through these like little boxes, which they tell you how to do this strategy. But by the way, I think many of you already know this. This is a review, but some things might be new. So similar to last week, okay? So like, what is generating background knowledge? This is what you have to do. And then the author gives examples. So a student reader at work, generating background knowledge. So before reading this essay, what true education should do, how can we generate background knowledge? So it seems like here she gives an example of what Julio said in her class. So this student looked at the title, what true education should do. And they tried to generate background knowledge. So they tried to think, education is the central subject of the essay. And it's going to be about true education, or like ideal education. So the title, What True Education Should Do, probably means that I'm going to read about the author's recommendation for ideal education. So here's an example of a student actually processing and thinking about background knowledge. And we can do that when we are reading any kind of text, right? So that's an example. I'm just helping you look through background knowledge, but I want you to see that there's other ones, like using clues to guess at meaning. And we can see here like how to do that. There's examples from the reading. There's another one called annotating, for example. and we can see what annotating is. Annotating is actually when you take notes right onto the article. So you don't take notes on another piece of paper. Instead, you're like reading the article in paper, or it could be like on a tablet, and you're taking notes right onto the article. So this is how you can do annotating. There's also clustering ideas from a reading. If we go to this part right here, we can see kind of just by looking at this picture, we can see what clustering ideas is. This is one of my favorite strategies. This is something I use to help me write like big essays, where I use PowerPoint to like cluster my ideas and map out my ideas. Clustering ideas is a lot like mapping ideas. Some people refer to this as a mind map. Now, the thing that I want to pay attention to, everyone, for this mini lesson is one strategy called double entry note, making a double entry note, okay? So I'm just gonna go through this a little bit, and I'm doing my best to not spend too much time, but also spend enough time on this. So this is your homework, everyone, is after reading this article, what true education should do, or it's a short essay. So everyone needs to read this short essay. It's only 1 page. And after you read that essay, I would like you to do a double entry note. Okay, so what is a double entry note? What is a double entry note? Okay, making double entry notes enables you to capture a dual perspective on a reading, the author's ideas and your own ideas. In other words, you summarize what the author is saying and keep it separate from your reactions. You can make double entry notes by writing in the left and the right side of like a piece of paper or a document. So how do we do this, right? So on the left side, you can summarize the author or write quotes from the author. I'd like you to use quotes. And then on the right side, you record your reactions. So see how the way that she does the double entry note is kind of like this. Here's a like quote from the reading, from the essay above that I was just showing you, what true education should do. Here's a quote. And here is the summary by the writer, this is like a student, for example. And here is the reaction, okay? So let's just read through this quote. It says, when most people think of the word education, they think of a pupil as a sort of animate sausage casing. Into this empty casing, the teachers are supposed to stuff education. So the reaction is, am I a sausage? Okay, interesting. So here's another one. So this is the way that the author here wants you to do it. Okay, this is a double entry note. Okay, but I want to show you my version of a double entry note. So I'm going to go back to the Google Classroom and show you the double entry note, which I already talked about in the other video. Here is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to add a quote, add 2 quotes from the reading, and then write your opinion, right? And the author uses reaction. So why don't I say opinion / reaction. So you will put quotes in here and then you'll write your reaction, okay? And once you fill this out, you should submit it in this assignment. So there should be a place for you to, when you go to the assignment, there should be a place that will say submit assignment, and make sure you attach this Google document that you edited. That's a very important part. There are other reading strategies after this, such as, for example, taking notes, or also writing a journal entry. Next week, we're going to work on writing a journal entry, okay? So it's important to make sure you read all of this and really understand it the best that you can. Trying to think. There was something else I wanted to say and I forgot. Oh, yes. So the reason why we do double entry notes is because we're practicing using quotes or using the author's ideas in our writing. Okay, so after we do this, we're going to then write a journal entry or a short essay using these quotes. So everyone, this is called pre-writing. It's something that we do to organize our ideas and get ready to write an essay. So I'm not having you do this just for no reason. For next week, we're going to start to build paragraphs, and then later on, we're going to actually be building an essay. So I hope you can understand this. This is a process of writing an essay. And another reason why we use these strategies is they're reading strategies that then help us write, okay? So I'm trying not to do too much here. I hope that was helpful for you. And I hope you can see what the reading is, and I hope we can practice our reading strategies. Next week, we'll have opportunities to read new things and use these strategies some more. I'd like to say thank you again, and that concludes the videos for week 3. Of course, please let me know if you have any questions. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope to see you again next time.